Good evening. Welcome back to Near Post Flick On. Yes, indeed, we are back again. Listen, we've got to talk about it. Manchester City took on Liverpool earlier on today, and I've got to say, what an amazing performance by Manchester City. They absolutely destroyed Liverpool. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Liverpool. I don't know what's going on with Slot. I don't know what's going on with Salah, but they just do not look like the same team. They were absolutely outclassed, outplayed, outfought, outbattled, out everything. They did not have an answer for Manchester City. And Manchester City, to give them credit, they look they look almost to their best, to be honest. They look almost to their best. It was definitely the game of the weekend. Manchester City taking on Liverpool at the Etihad. And both teams going into the game have started to find some level of form. Both teams going into the game have started to find some level of form. Of course, Liverpool beat Real Madrid earlier in the week, and you would have thought that would have given them some type of impetus, to step it up and to be alive for this massive, massive game. You don't want Arsenal running away with the league. So this was a match of many significance. However, Manchester City went into the game dominant and full of confidence. As I say, I would have thought Liverpool would have, been up for the game, but they weren't. They weren't alive at all. I don't know what's going on. They were just lethargic and just second to everything. But City, on the other hand, they look like a team that's transformed. And believe you me, heading into the winter games and Christmas and whatnot, I think definitely they will be the main contenders for the Premier League title. They will definitely give Arsenal a run for their money, and of course, Arsenal drew against Sunderland. They were fortunate in that game, in my opinion, against Sunderland. But Manchester City look like a team reborn. It looks like everybody's gelling together. And I tell you what, Doku put in a man of the match performance today. He was absolutely unplayable. What a performance from him. And Haaland seems to have found his goal scoring touch as well. He just can't seem to. He missed a penalty. But he can't seem to do nothing wrong at the minute. He's just finding the back of the net and he's just sticking it in, sticking it in, sticking it in. And if he can stay injury free and carry on this level of consistency, don't be surprised when May comes and City are crowned champions. So do you know what it means for Arsenal? It means Arsenal can't afford any slip ups. It means going into this next round of games, after the international break and what have you, Arsenal have to step it up. They have got to literally carry on being consistent, because if there's one thing City are good at putting in together a consecutive run of games. They can win 6, 7 games in a row. That's how great of a team City is, and that's how great of a manager Pep Guardiola is. Now, I didn't expect Man City to absolutely destroy Liverpool 3-0. I mean, goals from Haaland. Haaland should have got two. He missed the penalty, so he should have got two. But goals from Haaland, Gonzalez, and Doku, who was man of the match as well. That was it. That was it. It was all Man City. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, Liverpool had a goal disallowed. I think Van Dijk scored a header, but it was disallowed for offside from Robinson. It was kind of impeding the goalkeeper's. It was kind of impeding the goalkeeper's vision. So it had to be offside, unfortunately for Liverpool. But I don't even think that would have made any difference, because Man City were just too dominant. They were just too dominant. I don't think Liverpool had any answer. But they've got to do something ASAP. They've got Florian Wirtz, who cost 116.5 million, the most expensive player in Premier League history. He was not there. Nowhere to be seen. They had Ekitike, who I think is a good player as well, but he just didn't show up today. And he's usually Mr. Reliable. He didn't show up today. I think maybe they should have started with Gakpo. They should have started with him, because he may have done something, because when he came on, he did look a little bit alive. Again, I don't know what's happening with Salah. Salah wasn't there today. I don't know what's happening with him. And of course, Isak. Well, you spend all that money for a striker, you'd expect him to be scoring goals, and he's underperforming. He didn't do anything in this game, because I don't think he didn't play in this game, did he? So, but he needs to hit the ground running as well. How much time do you need? But as far as the league goes, I don't think Liverpool will be winning the league this season. I think it's probably going to be a two-horse race between Arsenal, who last week we thought had run away with it, between Arsenal and Manchester City. Man City look like a team reborn, and they just look like everything is going well for them. Goku is on fire at the moment. Haaland is on fire at the moment. Foden looks like he's back to winning ways, if you like. I don't think he's 100% just yet, but I think he's getting there. He's showing that level of consistency that he's had in the past and what have you, and he's turning up. But it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. 3-0 to Manchester City against Liverpool. And let's not forget that Liverpool usually tend to get the better of Man City. But wow, what can I say? But it was a good game, good watch. I think it definitely adds a lot. And it means a lot for the league as well, because you don't want Arsenal running away with it and it being a boring season. But as I say, if there's one team that can stop Arsenal from becoming champions in May, it's Manchester City. And they seem to have found a rhythm, and they seem to be doing the right things at the right time. And not to mention as well, let's not forget that they've got Donnarumma in goal, and he is a man mountain. He is an absolute phenom in goal, and he will take a beating. So I think they've done the right thing, City, and they will be Arsenal's main competitors going into to the next half of the season and what have you. But yeah, great game. Great victory for Manchester City. Let's see what happens after international breaks. Liverpool have got a lot to do. But for now, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.